What's going on, you crazy bastards? You're back here with Rob Kimball for our Impact Wrestling review. We start off the show with MVP pulling up in his limo, and EY just want to talk with his boss, you know? But as soon as the door opens, EY goes after him. He's ready to go. He wants a fight tonight with MVP. MVP smug as hell as security pulls away EY. He's like, yeah, let's go. You know, that type of deal. That's the way he's going to roll now. So we got EY coming out to the ring, and he explains how everybody wanted change. Nobody wanted Dixie Carter, and they put their faith in MVP, and it was for the good. And now EY vows to end this shit. And he wants to fight tonight instead of waiting for sacrifice. So he calls out MVP. Let's do this fight. And he says that MVP's a woman leotard and wearing ass. Bring him out. Let's come on. Let's do this fight. MVP comes up on the screen backstage, and he claims EY was the Oswald, the Patsy, to take the belt. That's what his plan was, and it was an easier role now that EY actually did win it. So he says, now I'm just going to come take it. Sped up the plan, and this is plan all along. MVP played him, and that he does respect him a little bit, and even though he was a pawn in his play here, MVP does give it to him a little bit, and but tonight MVP has backup. So he's not worried about anything. So he says he'll just get rid of him. No problem. Smug as hell, cocky, condescending. That's MVP. Hey, he'll fit the role against EY. It'd be cool. Then we got Dixie and Spud. They're driving to her home, and as they're pulling up, they see a big table that says Dixie fears bully. Oh, shit. So they're worried about that. We have Willow. He's backstage, and he calls for a handicap match against Magnus and Bram. And he's calling them out in his realm while he's backstage. And actually, they do come out, and we get our impromptu match with these three guys. And we get out to the ring. We have a decent match. Willow does this fucking crazy crack to Bram's fucking side of his face. Holy, he nailed him pretty damn good. Bram gets out. Magnus is in the ring. Bram throws in this nail puller. I don't even know what the hell it was. But he wants him to go ahead and use it. He tells Magnus, use it, use it. And Magnus, no, I don't want to get a DQ. Kicks it out. And as he kicks it out, Willow reaches up, rolls him up for the pin. Willow gets the win. And you're going to have a little tension between Bram and Magnus until they finally get on the same playing field here. So I guess we're going to find out how that develops up. And we have Dixie and Spud. They're at her house now. She wants them to go in, Spud and the camera guy, and she pays them, so too bad. And there's tables all over the place. They say Dixie fears bully, and I guess that's the main point here. Bully's trying to make a point. So then we got Gail Kim. She comes out, calls out the beautiful people. She claims to be the greatest champ ever, and get a decent match. Velvet Sky goes right after her, attacks her, and then we try to get the little Stifler, interference, when they distract him, but we don't get that. Gail Kim ends up getting the fucking, makes Velvet Sky eat defeat, and Gail Kim picks up the victory here. Decent match altogether. It was Velvet Sky that was the most crazy I've seen her go, and just aggressive, very aggressive. It's definitely nice change there. Then we have the Menagerie, and Crazy Steve has a match versus Kaz, and it was a chaotic mess. I see what they're doing here, but after we had the little shenanigans and shit, thank God, I thank you, Kaz, for just standing outside the ring and let them just DQ themselves here. And damn it, I guess Daniels and Kaz are going to Ring of Honor now, and that's that. We're done here. But the ridiculous, crazy shit of the Menagerie, but whatever. It is what it is. It has its own spot, but I don't like it. I really don't. And their music playing the whole match, that's a little too much. So, and then we move on to Aries, he's out back, and he's like, what the hell's going on here? Security's everywhere. He ends up getting thrown out after he smacks one of the security guards as he saw MVP coming out. And then, because of that, security's pulling him away, gives EY the opportunity. He goes right at MVP, and he just starts laying it into him. And this was pretty damn good, back and forth. And MVP finally... he stomps EY's arm into a chair, and then he grabs him with his tie, and he starts pulling him over his back into the stage area. And then we're back and forth, fisticuffs back and forth. And the whole way, all the way up into the ring. They finally get into the ring. We finally get this just crazy fight. Security comes out once EY's on top, and he's chopping at him. He's going right at him, fist straight to his head. Security stops the whole thing. Then you get the corner fucking back and forth. And finally, MVP just... He calls all the security out of there, and he gets the best out of EY here, and he starts attacking his arm and shit. And then finally he says, you made your point, got your match tonight. And so tonight that sets up the main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Then, let's see, we're back to Dixie's home, and well, anyways, Spud and the camera guy are in her house. They're in her fucking mansion, might I say. And there's a table in there. Dixie fears Bully, and the house looks like Bully's been drinking the wine and eating some grub. But camera guy sees him. Spud was hidden, but Bully knew right where Spud was. Yanked him up. He gets him tied up. And that's that little fun little segment there. Then we have Mr. Anderson, Comedy Ken, you might as well say, versus James Storm. Good match. The ending was just awesome. The beer bottle attempt into the mic check, but he still had beer in his mouth, so as the ref took the beer bottle, gets a spit of beer right into the face of Mr. Anderson, and then a last call super kick ends that match. Good stuff. I liked it, loved it, awesome. Then we go to a segment where Shaw's in a padded room at the loony bin, just sitting there cross-legged in a straitjacket. And a security guard comes in and says he has a visitor. And all he has to say is, Christy, Christy, Christy. And we cut away. So we haven't forgot Samuel Shaw. So maybe we get an escape from Samuel Shaw and he comes back. Or maybe we get a rehabilitated Samuel Shaw that may become a totally different guy, and who knows, he might get his shit together. Then we get a Sonata video package. I liked that they're still building this guy up, and just his dedication and how much he loves the sport, and the great mood is behind him, and it gives you a little care about him for not really knowing who he is. So I like that. And we get our match with Sonata versus Tigre Uno versus DJ Z for the X Division title. And this was all a pretty good match, back and forth. A little slow at first, but hopefully it's leading up to something for Slammiversary or Destination X. And anyway, Tigre Uno does this crazy spot outside of the ring. Holy shit, I don't know how he didn't knock himself unconscious here. But anyway, we get back into the ring. DJZ goes to knock Tigre Uno down, but Sonata comes down with this giant chop, knocks him. We get the double underhook, and that's that. Sonata retains. Good match, you know, overall, pretty decent. And then Bully, he calls Dixie, and he says that it's a shame that she's all alone now because she's outside. And then she goes to enter her house, and Bully, he catches her, and he tells her, all I want you to do to end this, and why I'm so pissed off, is to just say Dixie fears Bully. So as she's about to say it finally, because this is just going to call it all off, EC3's in the back and jumps Bully, knocks him down, just like Bobby Roode did in her office. I guess he should have seen this one coming. But, so she stands over him. Dixie fears no one, and she looks to be the powerful one here because she has somebody always in her corner. And then we get EY versus MVP. EY goes right at MVP when he comes down, and he's looking all fucking smug about shit. EY's going after him, but eventually it turns over to MVP's hand, and he goes right back at that shoulder. Match hasn't even started because we're still outside of the ring, no bell yet, and just devastation to EY's arm and shoulder. And finally we get into the ring, and we have, you know, the back and forth. EY's doing good through this injury, and then, but MVP pretty much is running the whole thing, and then finally we get this monster fucking discus clothesline, and EY goes for the flying elbow when he climbs up to the top, but we get Kenny King down to the goddamn ring and pushes him down. What the hell happened? We get a DQ out of this, but what's going on? We're all confused because MVP and Kenny King, they got a little beef together. And finally, he just goes after EY. Then he knocks out the ref, and MVP says, what the hell's going on? He says, you said go all the way. So clearly they're working together, and then they're going to just the beatdown on EY. And then you get Bobby Lashley's music. Bobby Lashley hits the ring like a fucking tornado here, and it looks like he may be going after MVP and Kenny King here to try to back up EY. But no, EY turns around, spear, and it looks like these three dudes are in cahoots, and we got ourselves a little stable. And they just keep going for the beatdown on EY, and that's that, guys. We have the three. Bobby Lashley, Kenny King, and MVP are all grouped up together somehow, some way, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and we'll see what happens next time. Until then, follow me on Twitter at Rob Kimball Brand. Please subscribe, leave a comment, all that good shit. I will try to respond back. I usually do it. I'm at least at 95% responds back. So anyway, guys, hope you like the show. It was a decent impact as usual, and I think we should have cut away from so many backstage segments that you could group together two of them into one and shorten that up a little bit and have maybe one or two more matches. That's all I got to say. Until next time, peace.